Well, good morning, everybody. Whenever you're watching this, wherever you are, it is good to see you this morning. Listen, wherever you are, can you posture yourself in a position? We're just going to do some stretches together. We're going to breathe together, and we're going to set our intentions for this moment and for this time today. Here we go. Together, all over the room, can you just breathe in through your nose,
And something without
out through your
one
mouth?
bears heavy on my
Breathe in through your nose,
mind. Then I
out through
look
your
at
mouth.
you, and the world's
Good and
alright
shoulders
with me.
back, 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 shoulders
Just one look
forward,
at you,
forward, forward,
and I
forward,
know it's
back,
gonna be
back, back. Here we go, alternate and up, down, up, down, up. Yeah, we just releasing the tension this morning. We're just setting our bodies and get our minds and our spirits ready. Good. And then just take a moment and massage out your shoulders there. Uh-huh. Very nice. Thank you, DJ. That is absolutely perfect. Listen, good morning, Choral Connect family. I am so excited to be with you this morning. That was the arrangement of a Lovely Day by one of my good friends, composer Robert Gibson. And listen, y'all, I started with that song because that is the way that I choose to start my day each and every single day. It's the way that I start my classroom day. It's the way that I wish we could all start our classrooms, y'all, with music, with joy, with authenticity, because music still has the power to lift us, to connect us, and remind us that no matter what we are facing, right? No matter what challenges we may be presented with, it's still going to be a lovely day. And I want to remind you on this lovely day, the sun is shining here where I am, the birds are chirping, and I just want to remind you, music educators, that it is going to be a lovely day. It's going to be a lovely year. Listen, y'all, I want to tell you a little bit about me. I want to tell you a little bit about who I am in this space and in our time together as we dive into the kickoff this morning. My name is Colton Blake. And I am excited, I am optimistic, I am hopeful, and I am inspired. I am from Fort Worth, Texas. I am Fort Worth, Texas through and through by way of two little small towns in the Arkansas Delta, one called Mariana, and then one about 30 minutes away, situated along the banks of the Mississippi River called West Helena, Arkansas. I am pine trees and country roads and playing outside until the street lights come on. I am fried catfish and spaghetti because listen, where I grew up, spaghetti was more of a side dish than a main dish. I am loud. I am laughter and high siding and people talking over each other as loud as they can, all in the name of family love because I am family. I am son, I am nephew, I am brother, I am uncle, I am cousin, I am friend, I am music, I am rhythm. Y'all, I'm rhythm. I am soul. I am cadence. I am feel. I am bounce and I'm groove, y'all. I am clap on the two and four and never on the one and three because I was raised right. My name is Colton Blake. And just like this picture, I love to eat. And that's me. That's little Colton in this picture. And I love to smile and I love to laugh. And I don't always fit into the tiny spaces that are designed to box me in because I take up space. I'm a gap filler. I'm a one shoe on, one shoe off type of guy because, well, you just never know what you need to be prepared for, y'all. I am a teacher, a shaper of the future, and I help people believe that more is possible because more is possible. And not just for our students, but for us, for me, for you, more is possible, y'all. And I woke up bright and early this morning to speak to the more that's on the inside of each and every single one of you, especially to my fellow veteran educators. Hey, y'all, who may feel exhausted and tapped out. At the end of your creativity and at the end of your ideas, I want to let you know that more is possible. And I come this morning to reignite that more that's been on the inside of you, that's sitting on the inside of you. Listen, y'all, teaching has been a lot the past few years. Okay, can we just virtually raise our hands and say teaching has been a lot, y'all? It's been heavy. The expectations, the changes, the burnout, it's real. But there's good news. Let me tell you the good news, y'all, that your fire isn't out. It's still in you. And for some of us, the fire is still kindling. It's just a little low. And for some of us, that fire isn't out. It just might be buried beneath the ash, y'all. And the school is getting ready to start for some, and it has started, or getting ready to start for most, and getting ready to start for some. And if we are going to give ourselves and our singers the opportunity for this year to be the best year yet. That's what I believe. I believe that this year, this school year, will be the best year yet. We have to start with us. Listen, y'all, we always talk about students first, students first, students first, student first, and I'm an advocate of that. Okay, I've got two hands up. I am an advocate of this of student first approach, especially centering the students in the center of their learning experience. I'm a big advocate. I'm first in line to subscribe to the idea of students first. But hear me. I think over the years, that we've taken this out of context and we've gone just a little too far with it, y'all, because what we've done is we have this student first approach, and but in turn we've put ourselves on the back burner. Right? We have the student first approach, and I believe that it is necessary, it is needed, and it is what is required when we're talking about centering our students in the learning process. But when we talk about our well-being, when we talk about the core of who we are, right? When we talk about us being ignited and reignited and geared up for this work, we have to learn how to put ourselves first so we can be well and we can serve well the students that we teach. Listen, y'all, I just got off of an airplane, and on the airplane, if you've ever flown before, one of the things that they say at the very beginning is they say that as they're giving the debrief, they say if the mask in event of an emergency, a mask is going to drop down. And here's what they tell you. If you've ever been on an airplane, here you know where I'm going. Here's what they tell you. They tell you to put your mask on first. Okay, put your oxygen mask on first so you can breathe before helping others. And here's why, because if you can breathe, if you've got oxygen, if you are well, then you can help so many more people. You can change so many more lives. Think about it. If you're in an emergency situation and there are 20 people around you and you want to help all 20 people put their mask on, think about if you don't put yours on first, you run the risk of you help four people, you help five people, you help seven people, you help eight people, you may even help 10 people before you eventually get to a point where you need oxygen yourself. And because you didn't put on the oxygen yourself, you're only able to help about 10 before you're in dire need, right? Before you're in an emergency situation. But think about, y'all, let's flip that script and let's think about if we did what the flight attendants have it right, y'all. If we put our mask on first, if we make sure we can breathe first, if we make sure we have a good flow of oxygen first, how many more people can we save? Instead of saving five, six, seven, eight, nine, and 10, we can save all 20 around us. We can help all 20 around us because we are well, because we are breathing. And I want to reignite that in us. I want to reignite who we are and the incredible music educating superheroes that we've been called to be, y'all. We have to be committed to rekindling our joy and recommitted to being our authentic selves. The reason I started this presentation with the Robert Gibson arrangement of Lovely Day, y'all, because that's authentic to me. That gets me going, right? That gets me pumped up. That helps me to be well. And if we want to serve our singers well, if we want to serve our students well, we have to first be well because that's the ignition switch for connection. And so here's what I want to do, y'all. I want to give us 5 real life practical tips to keep our light reignited this school year. All right. Tip number 1, and when I say practical, y'all, I mean like really practical. Tip number 1, somebody say number 1, drop a 1 in the chat. It is laugh a little. Hear me, y'all. Make a laugh list and of things that always make you laugh and revisit it often. This year, the start of the year, let me tell you, y'all, this year, the week 1 is probably going to go great. Week 2 is going to go great. But when you get week 4, week 5, there are things that are going to come up that test you. There are things that are going to come up that make you have mental challenges and mental blocks. And it is important that if we want to stay reignited for this work and reignited for this passion of who we are, laugh a little. Y'all, in this age of TikTok and Instagram and all the socials, Facebook, there are so many little fun clips around. And when I'm on and just immediately scrolling, I see videos that crack me up. And here's what I do. I just press save on those videos because in moments throughout the school year, when things are getting overwhelming, when I'm in the heat of contest season, when that big concert is getting ready to come up, when my kiddos are getting ready to audition, sometimes I just need to steal away and laugh. So, number 1, to stay reignited is to laugh a little. Make you a laugh list. Number 2, make a pumped up playlist. Hear me. I want you, here's your homework assignment. You didn't know you'd have homework this morning. Here's your homework assignment. Your homework assignment is to make a playlist that makes you feel good. Do that this weekend. Do that this weekend. For those who have already started back to school, it's not too late. Do it this weekend. For those who are getting ready to go pretty soon or whenever you watch this, I want you to create a feel good go to playlist of your favorite songs that keep you energized and get you pumped up when you just need that little boost and that little kick. I'll tell you, Lovely Day, Robert Gibson's arrangement of Lovely Day, that's one for me, right? This playlist will be your secret weapon, y'all. Trust me, it'll be your secret weapon. I'll tell you some of the things on my playlist is September by Earth, Wind, and Fire. Any Earth, Wind, and Fire fans out in the chat, can you just drop a fire emoji in the chat? Candy by Cameo, or anything by Stevie Wonder, anything by gospel artist Kirk Franklin. Those things are already on my list. And let me tell you, it's my secret weapon that I use at the drop of the dime. If I need to be reignited, if I need to be pumped up, I play those. Sometimes I play it before the kiddos walk in the room or as they're walking into the room, just to keep me energized and just to keep me going. Number three, take 5. Go touch grass, y'all. Go touch the grass. Sometimes we can be so overwhelmed and so consumed and in the thick of repertoire selection and in the thick of administrative tasks and filling out field trip requests and forms, and that we get so caught up that we just don't take a moment to breathe, to go outside, to let the sun shine on our face, to hear the birds chirping, and to literally probably sometimes just go outside and touch the grass to remind us that there is more outside of the realm of where we are right now. And so, in those moments where you're kind of overwhelmed, take about 5 minutes, whether it's during your lunch break, whether it's during your conference period, before school or after school, to just go outside and take a breath and refresh yourself. Number 4, lean into your village to stay reignited throughout this school year, to keep that fire and that passion going. You need to form your team of music avengers. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Okay, throughout the school year, y'all, I was blessed to be able to be in a classroom right beside my band teacher, and then right across the hallway from the orchestra teacher, and then right across the hallway from 2 other teachers who were not music related at all. And we became the Avengers of our wing. And here's what that means. Whenever we formed a pact at the very beginning of the school year, that whenever we had one of our precious kiddos, yeah, one of our precious sweet angels, whenever they just decided they wanted to be a Sour Patch Kid that day, and they just kind of needed a little extra help and a little extra attention, we formed something that if we needed to have them take 5, have them take a moment away from our space just to cool off, just to kind of recollect themselves, just to refocus that they could. We had each one of us had an area in our classroom, and we knew if a student walked in and they were probably coming from one of our classrooms to just go sit in that area and cool off. Y'all, lean into your village this year. Lean into your village. When you need a moment, when you need someone to talk to, get to know the teachers around you. If you're blessed enough to be able to work with teachers in your space, I know some of us may work and we may be the only one on our wing. That means your village, you may have to expand it out a little bit. But lean into your village this year and form your team of Avengers. And then number five, give grace. When you mess up, and oh golly, we will mess up this year. When you mess up, treat yourself like you treat a student that you love. Sometimes, y'all, we can be so hard on ourselves. We can beat up on ourselves. The concert didn't go the way we wanted it to go. The musical didn't happen the way we wanted it to. That parent teacher conference was atrocious, was chaotic, and didn't go where how we wanted to go. We could have said something a little differently. We could have did something a little differently in those moments to stay reignited, to keep that passion going. Give yourself grace. Treat yourself exactly how we treat those babies that we love each and every single day in our classroom. Give yourself that grace. Okay, so five practical things, y'all. Five practical things to stay reignited to your passion, to who you are, and to be well this school year. Next is to reconnect with the champion in you. Yo, we all have someone who saw something in us long before we saw it in ourselves. And for me, that was my high school choir teacher, Miss Jewel Kelly, right here in Fort Worth, Texas, y'all. She didn't just teach me music, she championed me. She believed in me, she saw something in me, and she gave me space to rise. And this is Miss Kelly right here. This is Miss Kelly in this picture, just to kind of set the scene for you a little bit. I was receiving an award here, and this was long after, as you see, I'm an adult. This was long after I graduated high school, but she made such a profound impact on reigniting and reconnecting and building up the champion on the inside of me that we have formed a lifelong bond, and she is my mentor. And I want to tell you a little bit about Miss Kelly, okay? Miss Kelly retired from music education after 50 years. 50. Yeah, I know you're in the chat, Bible. 50 years, right? 50 years of dedication, tireless dedication to choral music education, right? And one of the things, and the bulk of those years, over 30 of those years, were spent at my high school. So think about, man, the institution that is Miss Jewel Kelly. One of the things that I remember, and one of the things that she used to champion us as students, is that she always told us that no matter where life takes you, no matter where you go, no matter what path you walk down, I want to use music to let you know that if you ever need it, it can be your ticket out. It can be your ticket out of whatever you're going through, whatever challenging situation, and be your ticket to something better. She taught us that music can be our ticket. And y'all, I know I'm not the only one who's been forever changed by a teacher who saw them. Miss Kelly, my musical hero, she didn't just teach me to sing, she taught me to believe, y'all. She taught me to lead, to show up. She championed me to believe in myself and believe in the champion on the inside of me. She saw the parts of me that hadn't formed, and she held space for me to grow. Every time I teach or I present, y'all, I hear her voice in my head. I hear it even now, encouraging me, correcting me, believing in me. And every time I think about the kind of teacher that I want to be, I think about Miss Kelly. I think about her. And listen, y'all, every time I need a reminder of why this work matters, especially on the hard days, Especially on the hard days, y'all. I'm talking about the days when they're pulling kiddos out of your class right before concert and contest season. If I can get an amen in the chat. I'm talking about the days when your roster changes midweek without any warning. I'm talking about the days when the budget shrinks, but the expectations grow. I'm talking about the days, y'all, when you feel like a behavior manager more than a music educator. I'm talking about the days when you're just not the choir teacher, but you're more than that, that you have to be the counselor and the mentor and the advocate and the nurse and the doctor and the heartbeat. On those hard days, I go back to a clip that has transformed the way that I teach. Yo, this is a clip that I watch every single year. And in just a few seconds, I'm going to share that with you. This is Rita Pearson's TED Talk. And it's titled Every Kid Needs a Champion. And I'll tell you right now, y'all, if you've never seen it, get ready. And if you have seen it, I want you to watch it again with a full heart. This is just an excerpt. And I want you to, whenever you get a moment, whenever you get a chance, I want to encourage you to go back and watch the full clip. This is something that helps reconnect me to the champion on the inside of me. And so now turn your attention to the screen and let's watch Every Kid Needs a Champion by Rita Pearson.
We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why. But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. I have had classes that were so low, so academically deficient that I cried. I wondered, how am I going to take this group in 9 months from where they are to where they need to be? How do I raise the self-esteem of a child and his academic achievement at the same time? One year I came up with a bright idea. I told all my students, you were chosen to be in my class. Because I am the best teacher and you are the best students, they put us all together so we could show everybody else how to do it. One of the students said, really? I said, really? And I gave him a saying to say, I am somebody. I was somebody when I came. I'll be a better somebody when I leave. I am powerful and I am strong. I deserve the education that I get here. I have things to do, people to impress, and places to go. And they said, yeah. You say it long enough, it starts to be a part of you. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. For years, I watched my mother take the time at recess to review, go on home visits in the afternoon, buy combs and brushes and peanut butter and crackers to put in her desk drawer for kids that needed to eat, and a washcloth and some soap for the kids who didn't smell so good. See, it's hard to teach kids who stink. Years later, after she retired, I watched some of those same kids come through and say to her, you know, Miss Walker, you made a difference in my life. You made it work for me. You made me feel like I was somebody when I knew at the bottom I wasn't. And I want you to just see what I've become. And when my mama died 2 years ago at 92, there were so many former students at her funeral. It brought tears to my eyes, not because she was gone, but because she left a legacy of relationships that could never disappear. Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best that they can possibly be. Is this job tough? You betcha. Oh God, you betcha. But it is not impossible. We can do this. We're educators. We're born to make a difference. Thank you so much.
Wow, come on. That is the late, great educator Rita Pearson. And let me tell you, we were born to do this, y'all. Every time I watch this, I'm reminded of the work that we do, that it's not just instructional, but it's transformational. When you go back and watch the full clip of that, that was just a little 3 minute excerpt. The full clip, y'all, it's a full 8 minute clip, and I promise you it will encourage you. One thing that she says is kids don't learn from people they don't like. And I like to take that a step further and say that kids don't become who they were meant to be unless someone believes in them. She said, if you say it long enough, then your kids will begin to believe it. And y'all, Miss Kelly was that for me. She believed in me. Rita Pearson was that for thousands of teachers and thousands of students all across our world. And you are that for somebody right now. Even when they don't say thank you, even when they roll their eyes, even when you wonder if it's working, it is. You are a champion. Even when your cape is wrinkled, even when your lesson plan flops, even when your tenors don't sing in tune and your basses don't even know what day it is. Can I get an amen in the chat? Even when you're tired, you're still showing up. And that makes the difference. That makes the difference, y'all. And I want to encourage you to reconnect to that champion that's on the inside of you. One of the things I like to do every time I watch that speech from Rita Pearson and I hear it at the beginning of the school year, I always like to write the name of a teacher who championed me. And I like to just let them know, y'all know this profession. We hear it all the time. It is very thankless. It is delayed gratification. That's what I'm looking for. Delayed gratification in terms of hearing those thank yous. And so here's what I want to encourage you to do. I want you to write the name of a teacher who has championed you. And then I want you to send them a message of thanks this week. If you want to, just like I've honored Miss Kelly on here, who Miss Kelly, by the way, she's still here in Fort Worth. She's still heavily involved in music. I talk to her almost every single week. And I want you to write the name of a teacher who has championed you. Put that in the chat. I'd love to see that. I'd love for you to share the name of a teacher who has inspired the champion in you, but even take that a bit further and send them a message this week and just let them know thank you. All these years later, I just want to say thank you again for seeing the champion on the inside of me. And then I want you to ask yourself, who will write your name one day? Who will write your name because you believed in them? Because you helped them see more in them that they could see than they could even see for themselves. After we reignite our passion for who we are and we could reconnect to the champion on the inside of us, I want us, y'all, to reimagine what our classrooms can be. Today is different, y'all. Teaching today is different. Teaching today is different. It's different. Just put, if you agree, just put a different in the chat. Okay, just put different in the chat. All caps, exclamation point, different. Especially those of us who have been teaching for a while, it is different. And even those who are just now entering to the profession, teaching now is different than even when you were in school, maybe 4 years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Things are different. Education is different. The students are different. The students are different, y'all. Listen, okay? Can we just be real? They are different. And different doesn't mean bad. Different just means different. And to reach different, we have to teach different. Hear me, y'all. Hear me. Hear me. If you're a note taker, I always tell my students, note takers are move makers. If you're a note taker, this is a good note to write down, to remember this year. To reach different, we have to teach different. What worked in 1997 or 2007 or even 2022, it may not work now, y'all. It may not work. Okay, we've seen things, we've seen examples of that through everyday life, right? We've seen it in music, okay? When I was growing up, we had cassette tapes. And I know some of y'all are probably on here are like, oh, cassette tapes, you young buck. We had 8 tracks, right? We had records. When I was growing up, when I was speaking for me, I started in the era of cassette tapes. And we had cassette tapes. I remember actually, y'all, I would play a song on the radio, and if it was a song that I wanted to hear over and over again, I would have my little cassette recorder and I would press the play and record at the same time. And I would record it from the radio onto my cassette tape so I could listen. Anybody else grew up like that with me, right? We had cassette tapes, and then we eventually evolved to CDs, and we evolved to iPods, and then now we have the world of streaming. We have Spotify and Apple Music and YouTube and Amazon Music, right? Music has evolved. Phones have evolved. When I grew up, we started with payphones, and then we went to flip phones, and now we have iPhones and Androids and phones that are smarter than even the computers and smarter than us some days, right? What has changed is even the way we watch TVs. I remember on Sunday morning, y'all, I'd wake up and watch cartoons on Sunday morning with a nice bowl of cereal, of Captain Crunch, of Frosted Flakes. I would wake up and I would watch TV on Sunday mornings. But now you have cable now. But now it's moved to streaming, and then it's moved to TikTok and WicWok and all of those stuff, right? It has things have evolved. Culture has shifted, and so must we. Today's students are different, y'all, and that's not bad. You hear me? Today's students are different. That's not bad. Different doesn't mean they're broken. It means they're wired for a new world. And we have to be prepared for that world, y'all. It means to be prepared to do things differently. We have to do things differently. Our approach to music selection must change. Yo, listen, there are tried and true bops. There are some tried and true music bops, choral music bops, education, music education, and general music bops from the 1980s and 1990s that we wouldn't dare do now, y'all, because we know better, right? Because they were rooted in things that no longer reflect the inclusive, affirming spaces that we want to create for ourselves and for our students. And so I don't care how great they were back then, when we know better, we do better. When we know differently, we do differently. And we can't rely on this one size fits all programming for our students. Hear me, my friends. Our kids are craving variety. They're bringing their full cultural identities into our classrooms, and we must reflect that. Our music selection must reflect that. We aren't just teachers of music that we prefer, we are teachers of music, period. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear my heart? We aren't just teachers of the music that we prefer. We are teachers of music, period. And our students deserve to see themselves in the music that we teach. Some of us have been operating from the same Western classical canon for decades. And listen, y'all, it has its place. It's great. It has its place, but it cannot be the only place. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It can't be the only place. Y'all, you don't know who's in your room. Those babies or those overgrown young adults that walk into your room, you might be teaching the next gospel artist, the next jazz vocalist, the next indie singer-songwriter, the next big Broadway star, but you'll never find out if you only feed them one flavor. We have to challenge ourselves to reimagine what our classrooms could be, to look beyond tradition, because representation matters, y'all. Language matters, storytelling matters, and who gets to be centered in that storytelling, that's what matters most. Who are we whenever we're choosing music this year? We're reimagining what our classrooms look like. I want us to always ask ourselves, who is centered at this music that I'm selecting, that I'm choosing? It's not enough for our students to just be present. They have to feel seen, valued, safe, and connected. Because let's be real, y'all, our singers and our students won't sing for us unless they feel safe with us. We have to be able to connect with our singers beyond their ability to sing. Y'all hear me? Hear me, hear me. We have to be able to connect. That's the secret sauce, y'all. We have to be able to connect with our singers beyond their ability to sing. Long gone are the days of show up, sit down, sight read, and sing, right? Long gone are the days of you're here because this is choir, and in choir we sing. Long gone are the days from teaching from just a script reading for a generation that no longer exists. We may have worked, what may have worked in the past, y'all, won't carry us into the future. And if we're going to reimagine what our classroom looks like for these students, these brilliant students who are different, we can't demand their excellence while denying their identity. Students aren't just showing up for music, y'all. They're showing up for meaning. They're showing up for belonging. They're showing up for connection. And when they find that, y'all, the music flows. When they find that connection and that meaning, the music flows. When's the last time you dreamed for your program? Yeah, not just planned, not just survived, but you've actually dreamed. Talking about reimagining what your classroom looks like this year. I want to encourage you to dream this year. Add a songwriting unit. If there I know there's some amazing teachers that I've met that do great songwriting units. After contest season or a smack dab in the middle of contest season, add a songwriting unit. Do a genre mashup, right? Do a project where Vivaldi meets Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, do something where that pushes the boundaries and really relates to our students. Host a tiny desk where students can showcase their real, raw talent, their brilliance. Reimagine, y'all. Some of us teach in hard places, y'all. Low support, high need, chronic underfunding, heavy turnover. That's me. And it may feel impossible, but I want to tell you that it's not. It's hard, y'all. It's hard. It's some of us are teaching in some hard situations. And I hear you say, Colton, man, you just don't know. I know we are teaching in some hard situations, but can I tell you, you can do hard things. We can do hard things. Your classroom is not a lost cause. Your students are not a lost cause. Hear me, y'all. Your dreams are not a lost cause. You might be in a challenging setting, but that doesn't mean you lower the bar. You just adjust your approach, but not the expectation. You don't lower the standard, you just shift the strategy. Your students can rise if you rise with them. I always say, y'all, that students will rise to the level of our belief. They will rise or fall to the level of our belief. Believe your students can do more. Reimagine. And they will rise, y'all. They will. Reimagine what it means to be a choir teacher in this generation. Reimagine what your classroom can look like, sound like, feel like, taste like, smell like. Reimagine how you lead, how you plan, how you dream. Reimagine what it means to see every student, not just as a singer, but as a story, as a soul, as someone becoming. And then help them reimagine who they are and who they can be, not just in choir, but in your world, out in their world. Help them reimagine, y'all. My final charge to us is to reignite the passion for who we are. Reignite the passion for who you are, not just what you do, for who you are, beyond the profession, beyond what you show up for the kid. We love the kids, okay? We remember our why, okay? We didn't forget our why. We know what our why is, okay? But sometimes things just get so challenging that the weight that we carry, the weight of the passion that we carry just gets heavy sometimes, y'all. It just gets heavy. So it's not that we forgot our why. We remember our why. But sometimes it just gets buried beneath the frustration and the challenges and the situations. And so I want to remind us to reignite the passion for who you are, not just what you do. Reconnect with the champion in you. Reimagine what your classrooms can become and who your students will become because of you. Yo, we don't just teach choir, we teach courage. You don't just direct music, you direct identity. You cultivate identity. You don't just inspire students, you inspire futures. There's a student who will walk into your classroom this year and decide whether they belong based on the look in your eyes. There's a singer who will believe in their voice for the very first time because you believed in them first. There's a choir that will never forget how you made them feel. So show up this year, y'all. Show up and shine bright. Inspire your choir, and in the process, inspire yourself. Protect your flame. Keep your cup full. Keep your cup full. Listen, lead from overflow and not from empty. I say all the time that every day we come into our classrooms, y'all, we're pouring and we're pouring and we're pouring and we're pouring. And listen, there's a quote that says you can't pour from an empty cup. I actually say that you can. You can pour from an empty cup, but when your cup is empty and you're trying to pour, you don't pour what you mean to pour. You pour exhaustion, and you pour frustration, and you pour burnout, and you pour resentment. And we can't do that this school year, y'all. Do what you need to do to keep your cup full. To inspire the choir, you have to keep the fire lit on the inside of you. Reconnect, reignite, reimagine, y'all. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Love yourselves. Love each other, and love these kids, y'all. Love these babies. Love these young adults, and feed their love for humanness, for connection, and for music. And let's change the world, y'all, by changing the rooms that we work in each and every single day. Thanks so much, y'all.